Night breathing slow. A herd of headlights in the valley. I stand like punctuation, comma not full stop. Skyline watching like it knows my childhood, my debts. Everything lit up like evidence. Silhouette on the rail, jacket heavy with yesterday. Neon veins, pulse maps and names I couldn't say. Windows like eyeballs, reflection is a cheap disguise. I count bodies in the glow, count sins with my eyes. Sirens stitch the horizon, rhythm like a metronome. Every apartment is a story, but none of them feel home. Got a mailbox full of bills, a drawer full of photos. Mama praying on the couch, cable on for comfort solo. Now concrete jungles climb where playgrounds used to breathe. Glass towers like altars, ask the city to believe. And I stand here like a witness, cross-legged on a ledge. A testimony between the gutter and the pledge. They look like constellations, but they file like senses. Faces streaming deadlines, promises suspended. I keep my thumbs in my pockets like they hold my pulse. Watching commerce and grief trade places at the post. I'm a silhouette on the balcony, skyline is the witness. Looking at the glow and it's heavy with the business. It knows when we pray, it knows when we forgive. It knows the nights we stayed awake and didn't live. Skyline testify, who we been, who we miss. Skyline testify, are we victims or we trips? Skyline testify, who we been, who we miss. Skyline testify, are we victims or we trips? Memory does backflips in reflected plate glass. I see my younger self sprinting from a question with a past. Friends traded numbers for new names on their doors. Last diluted by rooftops and the closing of floors. I watch a couple argue 2 blocks down, talk loud enough for my heart. They hold grudges like candles, soon to tear them apart. Once I thought silence was a virtue, now it's a wallpaper. Peeling off slow, confession trailing in the vapor. I got a ledger in my head with entries unpaid. Promises I made to kids who want my shade. If the skyline is witness, then my mouth is subpoena. I lean on the rail and try to read the strata and meaning. Look at me, watch me look back. I catalog the movements, try to unpack the black. I weigh my breath like evidence, I whisper to the dark. There's a verdict coming slow, but I don't know where to start. Watch the towers blink like Morse for a city with no heart. Every flash a headline, every headline a sharp. I pray for the old who taught me how to stand. I pray for the neighbor who got taken by the land. The skyline learns our names and forgets them just the same. It files us under cases with footnotes in the frame. I'm a silhouette on the balcony, skyline is the witness. It knows the cheap prayers, it knows the quiet business. It sees the cracked stoop where our prophets used to sit. It sees a child with 2 shoes and the kid who never did. Skyline testify, tell me who's left and who's gone. Skyline testify, the city's mourn for song. Skyline testify, tell me who's left and who's gone. Skyline testify. I measure distance by the echo of a friend's last laugh. A bench in the park where we carved a road map. You tell me you hate me and the skyline overhears. It shifts the light, rearranges the calendar of fears. There's a preacher 3 blocks over selling heaven cheap. A landlord 3 streets down marking every sleep. I've been complicit with my silence, stamped like a receipt. Bought time on credit, but the interest is a beat. The skyline watch the march and watch the cops pull names. Watch the mother's pictures swelling in the frame. So when the moon dips low and gives the street a confession, I read the margins like scripture, try to craft a better lesson. Witness city keeps a ledger, it keeps a ledger. Witness names fold in the corners, paper thin forever. Witness I could step down and fix a light, or step back and let it weather. Every silhouette is testimony tethered. I'm a silhouette on the balcony, skyline is the witness. A cathedral, a window, each a mind of business. It knows the stitches in my coat, the holes behind my smile. It knows I stay on balconies and watch the city fall. Skyline testify, mark the days we try to mend. Skyline testify, are we ending or sin? Skyline testify, mark the days we try to mend. Skyline testify, are we ending or sin? Lights drown slow, sirens fold in the gutters. I tuck my hands in pockets like I'm keeping up my shutters. The silhouette moves in with curtains breathing like a chest. City hums its old refrain, the witness never rests. I close my eyes and try to hear the skyline's whispered verdict. It speaks in traffic and in lullabies, ambiguous, elliptic. If the skyline is the witness, then the witness is alive. We are pages in the margin, we are what we survive.